Greetings, good morning, and good afternoon. This is another update on my homemade wooden clock. I have finished all of the sanding, and I have stained the stationary parts and lacquered the moving parts, trying to stick with a certain color scheme that I haven't put as much thought into as I probably should have. Got one hanging up here. Got some over here. You can see they're still wet. I literally just finished staining and lacquering. Once all of the stained parts are dry, then I will lacquer them too. So how long does it take the lacquer to dry? Where's my lacquer? All right, this is the lacquer I'm using. Varathane Premium Fast Dry Wood Stain Light Walnut color. I really liked that color. I thought it would be a good contrast between the parts. And you know what? I'm still kind of happy with it. We'll see what it looks like when it's all together, though. Ideally, okay, so here's the reason I've chosen the colors. If you're going for, what do you call that? If you want it to look good, then it would make sense to have a lighter frame with darker moving parts. But I often like to watch and listen to my clock at night while I'm sleeping, my mechanical clocks that I have, and sometimes I'll illuminate them gently with a certain kind of light. And I want the moving parts to be more visible than the stationary parts, because obviously those are the interesting ones. So I've made the moving parts a lighter color so they will stand out easier in the night with a little bit of illumination, whereas the frame and stationary parts, the darker ones, will absorb more of the light. They won't reflect it, so they will kind of fade into the shadow, and all you'll see is the gears. And I'm hoping that works. So that's why I've chosen the color scheme that I have. Although it doesn't make sense to make the pendulum dark, because that's a moving part, right? And like I said, I haven't put as much thought into this as I probably should have. So, here's where I'm at. I'm on schedule. Today is the last day of the year. And if I can get all of these parts lacquered by the end of the day, then tomorrow I should be able to start construction proper. And I need to remember to film a lot of that because I'm too lazy to make a proper manual. And if this clock becomes a real product, and you get yourself a copy of the manual, you're going to want to follow along. Let's see how I did. Yes, see, look at that. Love it. It's coming together. This is the very first thing I've ever stained in my life, so it's probably not going to be great, but you know what? I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what I've done here today. So, there you have it. If I trip over this bucket one more time, I'm going to set it on fire. There's my clock so far. Here's what I'm using for lacquer. I'm using matte finish. There's not much left in there. Probably going to run out. I've got some of this too, but this is satin. It's a little bit shinier. Maybe, hopefully not quite as shiny. Anyway, there we go. Thanks for sticking with me.